the Tristan Law Show. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm Tristan Law, semi-retired pro wrestler, and today, I'm your host. Well, there are nights in wrestling where wins and losses don't matter. And then there are nights where everything matters. Last night wasn't just another Saturday night's main event. Last night, John Cena, he stepped into the ring for the last time, and he didn't go out chasing a moment. He went out embodying who he is, who he's always been. Hustle, loyalty, and respect. Today, we're going to talk about John Cena. We're going to give that match the space it deserves. The bulk of today's show is going to be talking about John Cena and the match and the retirement and everything coming in and out of Saturday night's main event. Then we're going to talk about the new generation stepping up, the Soul Rucas, Javon Evans, Leon Slater. And then finally, we're going to close with Cody Rhodes and Oba Femi, a match that didn't get a legit ending, but told us everything we needed to know about WWE's future. This isn't a recap. This is a turning point. And today, I am not alone. I got two people with me today. I have Jess, the Captain. You guys already know her. What's up, Jess? What's going on?
Hi, hey, everybody. Hey, Chad, how we doing? It's Sunday. It's Sunday. We starting the week off nice and right and everything. And, you know, I got some stories to tell y'all. I've been hyping up about my experience about going to my first match, y'all. And I can't wait to tell you guys how I feel about it.
Awesome. And yes, Jess was there in person. And also as well, too, you guys already know, I am always looking for people that are in the realm of pro wrestling and are doing good on their own. So I went out and I recruited and I found my man, Tyrell Jackson. He is from the Nosebleeds show on YouTube.
Yeah.
I was going to say podcast because, you know, for me, I'm a show as well, too, and I hate when people say podcast, and the word podcast was coming out of my mouth. But, yeah, make sure you guys check him out. He does real sports like wrestling, and he also does fake sports like football and other stuff like that as well, too.
Go again.
What?
Fake sports. I cannot
right.
with this man.
Wow.
I mean, look, I know what I know. But either way, looking at this whole entire thing, I'm so glad that you guys are all here today. Fernando, I see that you're here. Heel Vega, he's here. He's the moderator in the chat. So if you guys don't behave, Heel Vega will be giving you a pow-pow. But there's only one place to start, and that's the final match of John Cena's career. John Cena finished his career against Gunther. And the question I want to ask you guys to start, you know, is, and I'm asking you guys in the audience as well, too. You guys know whether you're watching live or on demand, it's fully interactive. I want to hear from you. So the question I'm asking is, where does this match rank among Cena's career endings we've imagined over the years? Jess?
I was disappointed. I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna tell y'all. Yes, I was a part of the wave of boos when John Cena tapped on Gunther. Why was that so bad? Because we all predicted this. We all predicted that the writer's room and everybody else that was back there was going to write this BS. We was like, I tried to have hope. I tried to be like, okay, maybe they're going to switch it up. But as soon as they pulled Gunther's name out of the tournament hat, I was like, it's already written. The fates have already written and sealed the deal. So it was just like, for John Cena's last match to be tapped and not just a tap out and not actually being like a 1, 2, 3. I would have rather that. You know what I'm saying? But it just felt wrong. You can look on his face, it just felt wrong. And he got tired. But the emotion behind it though. I will say that when he came out, y'all, oh my goodness. It felt so good. Everybody started crying then. Right then and there, everybody started crying. I lost my voice a little bit, as you guys could see. It was beautiful. But I don't think, to be honest with you guys, I don't think I'm going to go to a live event ever again. And it's not because of the fans. I enjoyed the fans. I enjoyed the experience. I enjoyed all of that. But I don't think I want to. Y'all want to know why?
Yeah, don't bury the lead, Jess. Why?
I have been spoiled by Michael Cole and Wade Bryant. and Corey and everybody and Joe and everybody else I have to have my commentaries, y'all. I have to have it. I gotta have it. I love them so much. It just was so quiet. And I'm just like, Trish, you know I don't know the names of half of these moves.
I know, because you said Wade Bryant. You know, I don't know who that is, but you know, Wade Bryant though. If you ask me, he is the brother of Lane Bryant. I know what you meant.
Bryant.
I know what you meant.
I know you do, but I mean, he's a great heel commentator. I like it. I needed that. That's what I was missing. I'm watching, but in my mind, I'm like, dang, I want to know what Michael Cole is saying right now. And I want to know what Wade is saying right now. Like, come on. And
you sat in the 100s, Jess. So you sat in the one.
Oh, no. So, all right. I got a Santa, if y'all believe in that type of stuff. He kind of blessed me.
Oh, yeah? I
got a seat upgrade, y'all. I was on the floor. I was right under the camera. But if I turn my head like this, I would be able to see Stephanie and Joe and Big E and everybody else that was up there on that table up there. So I got to see all of that.
I have a question. If you turn your head right now the same exact way, do you still see them? Just asking.
I don't like you exposing my crazy on this live internet like that. I don't like that. People don't need to know that, you know, I have people living in my head. But yeah, low key, I can still see it. I can still feel the experience.
So
I can still see the experience. It felt good. It was fun. I will say that. And the group of people that I sat by, oh my God. Oh, they were fun. We're
going to turn it over to Terrell. The question that I'm asking is, where does this match rank among Cena's career endings we've imagined over the years? Right now, in the chat, we got Heel Vega. He said that he's reminding you just that it's Wade Barrett, but he's giving you a free pass because of the time that I called her, Tiffany Bakir?
I'm sorry, Mr. Barrett. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Tiffany Bakir. So I messed up names as well, too. Universal says that it wasn't a good match. He gave it a 6 out of 10. Stu is here with his view, and he says that he loves the ending, but it made sense to him. Universal also checks in and says that Cena chose Gunther 4 months ago. The tournament idea was set up by John Paul, I guess that's Triple H, and John, I guess that's John Cena, picked the wrestlers he wanted in it. So, Terrell, the question I want to ask you before I even answer is, where does this match rank among Cena's career endings that you've imagined over the years?
Considering the fact that he's facing Gunther, exactly where I imagine it to be. Going into this show, I feel like Cena needed to tap out. This puts so much heat on Gunther than he already has, right? And Cena went out putting somebody over in this business. He gave back to this business 110%. As someone who grew up not a Cena fan, up until like the last 7 years, this was very emotional. This is my childhood. I went from disliking this guy, thinking this guy was the worst wrestler, to missing him, to actually appreciating what he's done for this business. This was very emotional. And it is like, I think why a lot of us are crying is because it's all of our childhoods just essentially gone. Like, we have 2 more people left, and that's Punk and Orton. That's it.
Yep. Yeah,
that's it. You know, and for Cena to go out tapping out, I think the facial expression was more so like, I gave him my all. It's time for me to give up. And it's symbolic. For 20 some odd years, ever since he's been the face, he's not tapped out. He's won every single I Quit match. He's won every single submission match and all that stuff. So when on his retirement match, it's not a pinfall. It's him literally giving up his wrestling career and moving on. It's so much more symbolic than the tap.
See, I didn't think about it like that. That was a good take. I like that.
As I'm talking about, I'm literally getting chills right now, like rock type, shit. Like this is the way it should have ended. Putting somebody over like Gunther, who's been a legit badass since the moment he's stepped foot on the mainstream, even before then, is, to me, in my opinion, the best wrestler in the business today. He does everything so clean, so fluid, and it's the most basic things you can think of, but it works. And for anybody sitting back and saying, oh, he does the same thing, he does this, he does that. We had those conversations about John Cena. Let's not act like we didn't have these conversations, the 5 moves of doom, and John Cena don't have any move sets or anything like that. So what did Cena go out and do? He proved it. He proved that he got more in his arsenal, but he does the things that work. It's the same thing with Gunther, but the opposite end. He does the same things to work. The chops, the punches, everything looks so good, and he makes the sport look legitimate. It's not a bunch of flippy dudes. It's not a bunch of high spots. It's wrestling down to its core. And that's the match that they had. They had a match that was down to its core. They had a match where Cena got to do all his favorite spots, the steel step spot, doing the AA off the steps, doing the avalanche AA. Like, he got to do every single spot that Cena wanted to do. And I think a lot of people overlook that because of the finish. And a lot of people don't like the finish because, as you said, Jess, a lot of people expected a pinfall. A lot of people wanted the pinfall. Mm-hmm. But this is also the beauty about wrestling, seeing something that, let's be real here, a lot of wrestling fans have never seen. A lot of wrestling fans have never seen John Cena tap out.
True.
So to see John Cena tap out,
that was crazy. Crazy.
To see John Cena, it's a mind-blowing experience. I heard somebody say it reminds them of the streak, of when the streak ended. And that's the perfect analogy. We've never seen it before. A lot of people haven't seen it before. Mm-hmm. So when you see something that we've seen other wrestlers tap out. It's not a big deal when we see other wrestlers tap out. But Cena tapping out, that was symbolic. And watch how much better and stronger Gunther looks. This is what retired wrestlers do. They go out looking at the lights and putting over the next generation. He did it perfectly.
So when you ask me, and I look at the whole entire thing, and I think that both of you guys did a beautiful job from your own opinion. But asking me, where does this match rank among career endings that we've imagined over the years? Honestly, I thought John Cena probably would have did the same exact thing that The Rock did. He would have just went to Hollywood and he would have just made his money and just occasionally come back and just not really care about it anymore. But John Cena embodied the hustle, loyalty, and the respect. He hustled because not only was he in Hollywood at the same exact time, he did wrestling at the same exact time as well too. And the respect that he had for pro wrestling, what a lot of people say about John Cena as well too, with all the stuff that John Cena, he might have had 5 moves of doom. You know what? Fine. He only had 5 moves of doom, but so did Hogan, so did Savage, so did any real big star you can name. They only had 5 moves. But in the realm of the WWE, I know in the realm of the WWE, I know that it's much more about the character, and how you can get people to emotionally invest to come up off of their wallets. So as a semi-retired pro wrestler, another way that I look at it as well too, I didn't really expect John Cena to have a way to end his career like this. I expected somebody like John Cena to just be able to say, you know what, fine, I'm just not doing it anymore. I have an injury, thank you so much for coming. But John Cena, that's not the case for John Cena. Mm-hmm. John Cena was able to write his book the way that he wanted. Mm-hmm. He didn't leave, being a character of himself. He didn't leave broke. He didn't leave addicted to drugs. And he's not in the hole with everybody mourning him.
Technically, he's not leaving at all. He's becoming he's going to become an ambassador.
That's true.
Of the
that's
company.
True.
So it's like we're going to be seeing him. He just won't be wrestling.
That's correct.
And that's okay. And
you know what? And that's a respect thing too, right? Because you see a lot. Let's go with the Undertaker, right? A lot of us sat back and said that he lost a step, and Taker's pride and ego were just not accepted initially. And Cena looked at it as like, I can't do it no more. I can't hang with these guys no more. Like this is disrespectful to the business to be half a step off from everybody else. Let me get this last run. And the loyalty, he stopped filming everything to do this retirement tour. And this is going to be my first defense of Triple H. If I'm jumping the gun, I apologize.
No, you're fine. You're fine because I want to ask.
The floor is yours, my brother.
I don't think Triple H made that decision on him having only 36 dates. I think Triple H, a guy that wrestled with Cena, that shared the locker room with Cena, became Cena's boss, went to TKO and sat back and said that Cena wants to do a full-time schedule and I can book this to be a full-time schedule. And I think TKO realizing that it's Cena's retirement tour, and if we stretch this out amongst dates and make it a huge attraction, we can make more money out of this. TKO has already shown us this. They're outpricing the average family. They're raising ticket prices left and right. They keep breaking all these gates. Look at the price of WrestleMania. Look what it took DC to even get this final match. Remember, Saturday night's main event was originally supposed to be in Boston. DC is the one who outbidded Boston for this event
because he's never.
So
We've never had
all this money.
We've never had a PLE here ever.
You guys did. You guys had like
Trish, unless you could.
Yeah, it was like Capital
You've
Carnage.
been watching it longer. So
Capital Punishment.
Yeah, Capital Punishment. That's what it was. And
Capital
like
Punishment is the main one I can think of.
That's
but
the only one.
And
maybe
overall,
a Cyber Sunday.
Yeah, like overall, like TKO is the one who's orchestrating. Like when and if TKO is sitting back and saying, telling Triple H, you only have him for 36 days. What is Triple H supposed to do? His hands are literally handcuffed. So he tried the best to make what he could do with the 36 days that he had.
And also to make sure you don't break John Cena. I mean, you got like I have to piggyback off of you because I had to think about these things because I was a part of the boo wave of Triple H only because again I wanted pinfall and not a submission. But to see it from a a more humanized perspective, I prefer it only because this is John Cena's last match. We know what he's been going through, health wise. So I preferred him to go out with grace.
Yeah. And
then on top, just, piggybacking off of that, you said 36 dates.
Yeah.
Remember, he was still, what season? Oh, this is season 2. God.
Peacemaker?
Yes, Peacemaker.
Never watched it.
So while he was training to come back for his retirement, he was also finishing up Peacemaker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got to also think about the one thing. He's still the only wrestler who is actually giving back to the community. I don't know any other wrestler who does that right now. So Lord knows what charity he's been working for on the side and stuff like that. So, okay, 36 dates sounded great. But I do want to ask you a question. Why do you think it had to be Gunther to be put over? Why couldn't it be Javon? Why couldn't it be Oba Femi? Why couldn't it be Trick Williams? Why couldn't it be LA Knight? Why couldn't it be Hell? Hey, why couldn't we keep the Dominic Mysterio thing going on? Why did it have to be, I hate to say it, why did it have to be 38-year-old Gunther, who is kind of not really a fresh face or a youngin in the game? He's kind of seasoned. He's been here a while. He's had the belt. He's, and wore it for a while. So why did it have to be Gunther? Why couldn't we?
Because why not make Gunther a bigger heel? That's why not make Gunther a bigger heel?
Because I mean, I was talking to Trish about this. I was like, because I'm trying to think we should put over Oba Femi because he could be a great heel for the company.
But you see, you know what, Jess, when you position the question right, and like I see Terrell's point, make him a bigger heel. I see your point as well too. Why not give it to somebody new like Oba Femi? But my whole thing is like, and I said this before. Why does the scary black guy have to be the heel?
I mean, but that was his choice. That's his choice.
And I'll say this too, right? Oba is a guy that a lot of people don't want to boo. Like he just has that baby face aura.
Who?
Like,
Gunther?
he does. Oba has that baby face aura.
Yeah.
Gunther is a person. When you look at him, right? If you didn't know nothing about Gunther, if you don't know nothing about Gunther got that face that you just want to punch. Like you just want to knock the fuck out of Gunther.
So
why not have a guy like even like Dominic? Like Dominic is still growing, so it's like it's not quite his time yet.
Right.
It's the same thing with Javon Evans. Javon Evans is 22 years old. He's going to grow. So get a guy that's established that that you can build as a major heel for the next 5 to 10 years. It could possibly happen.
Then why not Logan?
Logan Paul don't need it. He's already a big international star as it is, and a big heel as it is. So he doesn't need it. So Gunther is someone that could use this position and elevate him even bigger than what he actually is. He's already a legit wrestler. He's already a legit badass. He has the look. He has the mic skills. He has everything that you need. And now you just put out not one, but 2 legends. It's going to make him bigger.
So let's go.
Let's try to make him the new legend killer like Randy.
Why not?
Definitely.
Why not?
Let's go ahead and give the chat a little bit of love because they're in here talking a lot.
They yapping. Hey, y'all gotta quit that. That's my job.
So let's see. Maria's exchanging her salutations. Heel Vega's laying down the rules because he is the moderator. Fernando says that Gunther is the new legend killer. He should retire AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and Brock Lesnar. You know what? At this point, why the hell not?
Yep. Why not?
At this point, why the hell not? If Undertaker had a streak going on, why the hell this can't be the streak? You know what? If you are going to leave the WWE, you have to leave through Gunther.
That would be a good match. I mean, that's probably in the chamber right now. Randy Orton versus no. AJ said he's next in line for the retirement run.
Right, and you also got Ray. Ray's been wrestling since Jesus was a child.
I'm sorry. I think Ray is just going to keep going until it will fall off, man. You're going to have to kill that man's knee.
Right.
The doctor has to say, if you wrestle again, you're
seven knee surgeries or something like that.
His knee's going to have to come off or break a spine. He has to sit in a wheelchair in real life. He's never going to, I don't think he's ever going to retire, ever.
So Universal says that a pinfall was the way to go. The tap out was not, but there was a reason for it. Not what you understood and what it really means. Stu is agreeing with something that you said in the past. Sorry, Stu, because I kind of missed that. If you guys like what Terrell is doing, Terrell has his own channel. Terrell, tell them the name of your channel.
Yes, so the channel is From the Nosebleed Show. You can just look it up. It's a small channel, but just
hey, don't even use the word small. Don't even use the word small. If you like wrestling and if you like fake sports like football, Terrell handles that. He handles all of that over there.
I handle all of it over there. NFL previews. Right now, we're like fully invested in football. Actually got a live show happening after around 7:00 tonight for the Browns post-game show. Just started doing retro reviews. It's 2 episodes up. The very first Saturday night's main event, and then TNA from January 17, 2013, where Taz joins Aces and Eights.
That's awesome.
And I got to figure out which one I'm going to do for this week.
That's awesome. Looking forward to see what you do, and to support you in any way that I can. Universal says no. Actually, Fernando says that he disagrees with Universal. That the tap out was the right decision. So for me, when I'm looking at the whole entire the finish, to me it doesn't matter if he tapped out or if he got pinned. Either way, the end result was for John Cena to lose and retire. He lost and he retired.
Yeah, I know that was probably what was already written in the stars.
Well, and a lot of people online, sorry, Jez, but like a lot of people online was like, Cena's gotta win this, and he should have been the one wrestler that. But then that's disrespect to the business.
That's
because
correct.
The retired wrestler, unless it's unknown, something unforeseen happens, the retired wrestler always loses out on his back. We've seen cases where the retired wrestler won, but we also didn't know they were going to retire. The prime example is Edge's original retirement.
True.
We didn't know Edge was going to retire at that time.
True.
And I'm pretty sure if he did, he would have lost to Alberto Del Rio.
Did we know about Undertaker? Did we know that? I think we didn't know that. He just did it.
We didn't know. It's just something that just happened.
Yeah, so there's another one right there. Yeah. We didn't see that coming, and it just happened. We were like, "Hey, yo!"
Do you know why though that the wrestler should lose on their way out?
Please,
because there's no way.
I don't like the idea. But
it's to put the new person over. But look, let's spin it a different way, right? Let's look at something like let's pick let's say it was the other way around. Let's say that John Cena was the heel coming out of this whole entire thing, and John Cena won,
man.
And John Cena won on his retirement match, there'd be no comeuppance. There'd be no way for the good guys to stand on the mountain and said, we did it. So you beat John Cena, you send him out into the sunset, really good career, good match. I like the match. I don't think it was like an all-star match.
Good match.
But it was a good match. It was good.
I like the storytelling of this match too.
Me too.
Especially when Gunther kept hitting those clotheslines, it just showed initially I was like, wow, they're telling that story of the legend on his last run, but he just can't keep up, and he's just gonna keep fighting back no matter what. Yeah. And I just thought the pacing of the match, the storytelling of the match, you never got bored with this match whatsoever.
No, not at all.
It kept you focused, it kept you locked in, it kept you entertained. I mean, this is a way to book a retirement match. The best way I explained it to my friends, because I was on my friends with Discourse, is this was the equivalent of Kobe going out and shooting 60 against Utah in his last game. That's exactly what this match is.
I don't even know what that means.
See what
I don't even know what that means. You're talking about
going out with a banger.
You're talking about
going out with a banger.
You said Kobe shooting 60. You're talking about like beef, like steak.
Come on. No, Kobe's last game, he scored 60 points.
The basketball player.
Game. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh shit. Let me give myself a hand clap.
Rest his soul. The Black Mamba.
The Black Mamba. He went out and scored 60 in his last game. That is the equivalent of this match. Is the equivalent of
greatness.
It's just greatness, giving us one last great show. And I think when he tapped out, it shouldn't have shifted the focus, but it unfortunately did. And to be honest with you, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Well, let me tell y'all this.
Tell us.
Because again, I was there once the cameras went off and then shifted over outside to the post show. Right? Actually, so what happened was, they booed and whatever whoop you do. But what actually happened after that, we got to watch the John Cena like goodbye show in full.
Oh, you guys got to see the pre-show.
Yeah, all of it. Huh. And John Cena stood there. He stood in the ring and he watched it and everything and gave us all his love and flowers. And that's when it all shifted.
Wait. Hold on, wait. You're talking about, okay, so John Cena left the arena and then came back out? Or was it while everybody was still around the ring?
He technically never left.
Okay. He walked back out after the cameras went off. He walked back out after the cameras. That's dope.
So, okay, so let me make sure I get this right. So Triple H did the whole hug with him.
He never walked back there, technically, because we were still cheering. What y'all don't know is that we were still cheering after that. When he was standing there in the ring, well, now in the ring, cross in the walkway, and it shifted over right before pre-show. We all cheer. We're all doing all the noisy sounds. We gave him all the love we could possibly. So I don't want y'all to think that we left him in there with booze and stuff. No, we didn't. We gave a lot. So
I'm because I remember I watched the pre-show and I watched it fresh because I went to
post
the post show.
The ending show.
Right. So the post show, I remember watching it because
the post show was outside.
Right.
I'm talking about what was happening inside while the post show was going on.
Okay, they interviewed Cody because Cody was very emotional about the whole entire thing. Cody was very emotional. So which
we got to talk about. Let's not forget that. Right. I want to talk about that.
We're definitely not going to forget that. But did this happen after Cody was emotional and they interviewed him? Before. Okay, so we seen that then when John Cena was in the ring and they did everything and then he walked to the back and
so y'all did hear all of that. We was Right, okay.
Yeah. At least on YouTube I did because we
were emotional.
I was in the UK last night.
Well,
mind your business.
It's a different emotion seeing it on TV versus actually being there.
Yeah.
And my godson is right there just staring into the abyss like he can't believe what he just watched. And then I look over to my side and a mother and her daughter was sitting next to me, and the daughter started tearing up a little bit because the dad was standing there tearing up a bit. It was a whole roller coaster of stuff. The bromance that was standing behind me, they did some weird handshake, and then they started crying. I ain't mean to laugh at them, but I thought it was so cute. I was like, "Oh, y'all gonna get me going."
So let me ask you this then, Terrell. Why do you think, in your opinion, that what do you think happened that would make Cody Rhodes so emotional?
Well, you got to remember, Cody Rhodes used to drive John Cena around when he first came up to the main roster. So they got to know each other on a personal level. You sharing a car with somebody for 8 to 10 hours per road trip or whatever it may be, being his personal assistant. Excuse me, being his personal assistant and everything like that tends to happen. I'm pretty sure John Cena gave him a lot of advice, helped him out along the way, even during this time. Okay. Go ahead and take it. I'm sorry, my son is talking to me.
It's all right. Mine talks a lot. I'm his dad. Mine talks a lot.
Yeah, I know. Just go play. Go play. I'm sorry.
Love it. You gotta love the background, y'all. Love it.
I know. Thank God watch TV.
Yeah.
So when I'm go ahead.
So I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
So overall, it's just like, a guy that's giving you advice throughout your entire career. They probably know each other on a personal level that we don't know about. Probably gave him advice during his independent run, during his AEW run. Could have gave him advice coming back, trying to be in the babyface. They had an epic rivalry throughout this entire show. Why would you not be emotional? Why would you not be? How can anybody not be emotional? Like, we don't even know him on a personal level. Exactly. And we're emotional about it. So imagine knowing him personally and going back 20 years ago, and you were just driving him around, and now 20 years later, you're giving him your world title and you're in the ring celebrating his career. That's nothing short of emotional.
Exactly. I just, on top of, everything that else happened in the ring. So, your mentor is retiring, and also you got to handle some things later.
So when I look at the whole thing, and I love what you guys said. You know, for me, from my opinion, the reason why, you know, Cody was probably a little bit emotional was because he probably thought of his dad. His dad,
Ooh.
the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, never had the opportunity to write his career and end his career the way that John Cena did. You know, Dusty was broke, respectfully. Dusty was broke at a time in his life. Dusty sold his Rolex and everything else like that, and John Cena never had to go through that. And John Cena was able to say, you know what? I'm done. John Cena, I guess, is the beginning of like this new generation to where you actually get to leave the pro wrestling business, and you know, you don't just, like I said, you're not broke, you're not on drugs, you're not RIP. And I'm not saying that's anything that happened to Dusty, that he was that he was on drugs or anything like that. But what I'm saying is that with Dusty, he fell on hard times, and he didn't get the ability to end his career the way that John Cena did. Bret Hart didn't get to end his career the way that he wanted to. You know, imagine like because of Bill Goldberg. And let me tell y'all something for a second.
See, I knew he was gonna bring it up. I knew he was gonna bring it up.
If I was Goldberg last night, I'd be pretty upset.
I would be too.
Because ain't no.
Oh my God, I was thinking the same thing. He's probably pissed.
Ain't nobody coming around the ring for Goldberg.
I know y'all lying. I'm like, yeah, because that joke was messed up.
Like, okay, so I know that you guys know, but I was on the fan versus hater.
Bret Hart turned the controls off.
Right. Bret Hart was like, hey, you know, can I give you a little bit of money just to cut this off? But look, I was on fan versus hater, the John Cena episode. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and check that out. And one of the things that, you know, people debate with me online, because I will talk about wrestling wherever I go into the chat, the messages of that video, and see what wrestling fans write, and I write back to them. And a lot of people put Bill Goldberg on their Mount Rushmore. And I don't understand how, granted, it is your Mount Rushmore, do as you please, but I don't understand how Bill Goldberg is even eligible to be in your Mount Rushmore. What does he have, 160 some odd day win streak? That's his claim to fame. He has nothing else to be claimed to fame. What? Because
can I be transparent?
Go ahead.
I didn't know Goldberg was a wrestler. I didn't know. You want to know where I knew him as?
Bing bong.
I'm so sorry. Don't judge me. Y'all seen the movie The Longest Yard?
I knew you was gonna say that.
I didn't know.
I knew you was gonna say that.
I mean, I didn't know. I mean, I saw Stone Cold. I was like, oh, okay, I know him. But I was, and what's the name? Nash, Kevin.
Yes.
I knew him.
Yeah.
I was like, but who's that guy? And then I see him wrestling Gunther. I was like, oh, hey, look, it's the actor from The Longest. And then I'm like, oh. And so, and look, this is my 5-6-year-old godson telling me he was like, G-Ma, he's a wrestler. I was like, for real? Oh, I feel bad. My bad, Mr. Goldberg. I'm sorry.
So Maria asked a really good question in the chat, and she said, is Cody a bigger star than Dusty ever was?
Yes. Why? It's because this is a different era. I was talking to my dad about it because my dad it came up in the Dusty Rhodes era. So he knew about the whole Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes feud that went on for years. So because Dusty was considered like the blue collar guy, you know, the American worker. And then you had Ric Flair, whose character was like the Richie rich kind of guy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When Cody is kind of the embodiment of both. You know, he gives this rich boy persona, but you can also see that he is, you know, he's a worker. He's a hard worker. He, you know, he loves the kids. He loves his fans. He works hard. And this is probably why, you know, he chose Gunther. This is why John Cena chose him to mentor him and take him under his wing. Because if you look at Cody Rhodes, there are 3 words, right? Hustle, loyalty, and respect. When you look at Cody Rhodes.
I don't know how to answer that question, so I'm going to stall. Terrell, what do you think? Is Cody Rhodes a bigger star than Dusty ever was?
This is how I kind of measure it. And I know more people was watching wrestling back then. But if you talk to a non-wrestling fan, right? Or maybe a person that used to watch wrestling. Who are the names that they list? It's usually Stone Cold, it's usually The Rock, it's usually Hogan, it's usually The Undertaker. And I hear a lot of Dusty Rhodes. I hear a lot of people bring up Dusty Rhodes as one of the wrestlers that they bring up as, oh yeah, I used to watch Dusty Rhodes, used to watch Ric Flair, used to watch this, or I know who that is. And I get it. Not a lot of people watch wrestling as much as today, but overall, I do believe that I think Cody is well known. I just don't think he's a bigger star than his father is. Especially like, the territories, like, yeah, we got the national syndication now and everything like that, but people downplay how big the territories were, especially if you were in a really successful territory.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you think of that, I just think Dusty's a bigger star, to be honest.
I get that. I guess it's an era thing, because I feel like the kids of today and now see that about Cody Rhodes. You know what I'm saying? I was like, the kids, I feel like the kids, they love Cody, love Cody, and I guess it's just the era you came up in. If you're the more old school era, the attitude and the ruthless aggression. Well, no, I'm sorry, it goes attitude, ruthless, attitude. Trish, help me out.
Attitude, ruthless aggression,
PG.
PG. So that's the attitude era. So I guess it just depends.
That's even before the attitude era.
Yeah.
You forgot about the golden era.
Right.
Golden era. There we go. So I guess it just depends on when you came up, because I bet you if you was to ask let's say a 16-year-old that question, they're going to say Cody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So right, and that's how I feel like the way to answer that question is that it's subjective. It depends on who is looking at the person. Before Cody Rhodes is ever a thing, I would say that Dusty was the most successful person in the family. He put the Rhodes name on the globe. And I guess as well too, you could say that he was so famous that he was able to have them name Married with Children after him. Married with Children, they got the names for the Rhodes family off of Dusty Rhodes. So I guess that. Yeah. Like the Al Bundy, the last name Bundy was for King Kong Bundy.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like my thing too is like, I guess Dusty had to be, some kind of a celebrity, but is Cody Rhodes a bigger star than Dusty ever was? I'm just going to say, what? I'm going to be just today. I'm going to be on the fence, and I'm going to say it is a little bit of both. But all right, so let's look at this then, right? We're going to go back into the whole entire thing with
we was going in on that John Cena one, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
So, okay. Did Gunther come out of this match more respected or more hated? And Jess, you were there live.
Oh no, this man's hated bad. Like
slash his tires bad?
Like as in we was like, for him to flick off DC.
What do you mean?
He was livid.
When you say flick off DC, like what do you mean?
Like, y'all didn't see that?
No.
Didn't see that when John Cena put him through? He came over before he put him through the table, the announcer table. He hit him.
Oh yeah. He went.
It was one of these.
Yeah.
Or these. I yelled to Michael. I was like, man, you don't even know where you at. We're gonna meet you outside. Don't even worry about it.
I did. When he did it, I was like, clever way to flip him off, because you can't black him. They not gonna black you out for that.
Because we was flicking that man off. I'm telling you, see, that's why the camera, I guess I'm grateful for where I was sitting at, because the camera did not want to be in our section. Nope. We was mean. We was gritty. We didn't care. We was cussing, fussing, all of it. We was ready. We was riding for John Cena.
So you're telling me that you spent all your hard-earned money to go be a degenerate at a pro wrestling show?
Yes.
Sounds like you had a great time then. Sounds like you had a great time.
Absolutely. I got my nice little glizzy, some popcorn.
Your what?
She got a click.
Yeah, I got my little glizzy, fully dressed, and a bag of popcorn. And then, I had to help my godson because he was annoyed because there was a kernel in his teeth, so I had to help him pick it out. It was disgusting. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, I don't blame him.
So there was
That's the reason why I
that.
don't eat popcorn now because of them stupid kernels.
Oh, I love me some popcorn.
And a cut water and a Bud Light. I was good to go.
Oh, you was out there acting a whole fool. You was out there with your whole cheeks out.
Hey, listen, I was with the homies. Hey, they all embraced me as the homie last night.
So the match last night with John Cena was 23 minutes and 45 seconds.
Which was
Didn't
told.
even feel like it.
No, it didn't, but that was what it was told. They would apparently John or somebody, one of the artists, one of the people who write the articles for wrestling, said that Triple H did allow them to go up to 30 minutes. Up to 30 minutes. That last match, John Cena and Gunther said, look, they could go as long as they want to, as long as they don't go over 30 minutes, because, well, I'm not gonna hold you. DC rules kind of get a little crazy when it hits up 11 o'clock. So we had to get up out of there.
Is that political? Is that political? No. Oh, okay,
no,
my bad.
That's just how this city works.
Oh, okay.
People got to go home. It was snowing outside. We had to get the metros. It gets a little hectic. It's kind of like New York.
Look,
you should know.
It ain't like New York. Let me tell you something. I'm avoiding DC for reasons that I'm not going to mention out loud.
Whatever.
So, look, I'm staying away from there. They'll take too nice to my kind over there. But either way, 23 minutes.
Am I not the same color as you, boy?
No, Jess.
I'm born and raised here.
Right, Jess. I'm born.
You thought it is. It's not that bad.
I'm born and raised here too, Jess. But my parents are Jamaican, both of them. So I don't want somebody to round me up and just
That's never good.
And just and just yeet me back. But either way, okay. 23 minutes and change was that match. If that match had gone 5 minutes shorter or 5 minutes longer, would it have worked better, or did they nail it with what they did?
I feel like, I agree. They nailed it, because again, we don't want another Goldberg incident, did we?
Oh, they weren't going to do that anyway.
I feel you, but if they had went over, think about it, because in wrestling, I'm just a fan, but I've noticed in wrestling, time is everything. Like, y'all stay
Absolutely.
on time period. So I feel like if they had went over, it would have made it. It wouldn't have been as right. We wouldn't have been able to see all the stuff that we seen before, with John Cena being able to get his flowers and watch the little show and everything like that. So yeah, they did just right.
So I think that we can pivot now. I mean, I just want to say that, looking at the whole thing with John Cena, I think that as a wrestler, a lot of us go into the ring and we don't know that it's our last match for whatever the reason may be. When I had my last match in 2022, because I had to go get a job that took all my time. I didn't know that was going to be my last match. So John Cena being able to leave and make the business better, leave the business better than when he first found it. He made some AJ Styles. It became a bigger star in the WWE because of John Cena. John Cena was AJ Styles and AJ Styles was a big star in TNA. But when John Cena and AJ Styles stood in front of each other, and then we had that iconic line, you guys remember that iconic line from AJ Styles? Beat up John Cena. If it was never for the beat up John Cena line, it was something that people just started saying. And I'm just going to beat up John Cena. Kevin Owens gave Kevin Owens that opportunity.
Yep.
I'm still mad at him, by the way.
Sami Zayn, Dom, Mysterio, all the stuff that he does to give back to the sport that we love of pro wrestling. I am glad that we actually got to see his whole entire retirement party. It's like we went to work with John Cena for 23 years.
Yeah.
Like a retirement party. And that's why it took me a minute to figure out what I was going to wear. I was like, is this like a professional or is this a funeral? I don't know. Should I wear black?
You know what, Jess? I'm so glad that you said that, because when I was watching it, and you might not be able to relate with this. Terrell, how old are you?
29.
Okay, so you might not be able to relate with me. You guys try. I'm not that much older, all right? So what? Behave yourselves. I'm 40.
I don't know what he's...
I remember...
He's only saying that because he's 40, and we're technically the gems of millennials. I'm 33, so it all works out right now.
Right, but you know what, though? I might be 40, but black don't crack.
Yes, we gotta love it.
As long as I don't stand up too quick, I'm good. But I remember Owen Hart's passing. I watched it live, and to see Monday Night Raw, just the emotion that came through, and the Eddie Guerrero one, even the Chris Benoit one, until they found out that Chris Benoit actually did himself and did his whole entire family, just the whole entire emotion. And I felt that was the same exact thing for John Cena, but they were able to give him his flowers while he was still here.
Yeah. I kind of agree, because like I remember I'm too young for Owen. I had just started watching wrestling with when Eddie passed away, so that impact didn't hit me as hard. But Benoit was like the first wrestler death that really hit me hard. Like it did, because Benoit was like, I would actually say Benoit was my favorite wrestler when I first started watching wrestling. And when that happened, I'm like, bro, what?
Right.
And then when it came out what he did, I was still kind of too young to comprehend like what the hell that, like, my dad had to sit me down and tell me what was going on, like what happened and everything like that. And I still got my own weird conspiracies about that I'm not gonna get into. But like,
you need the tinfoil hat, because I have one.
Little tinfoil hat, little small.
Please don't get him started. Don't get him started, please.
Because I got one.
A little small one. But like overall, it's like, yeah, Cena got to have his perfect send off. Like you said, no, he wasn't addicted to drugs. He wasn't addicted to the alcohol. He wasn't addicted to, a lot of things that we don't bring up. He wasn't addicted to the sex, because sex takes out a lot of people in the wrestling business as well.
Child.
And he wasn't addicted to that. He's a person that's not walking around with damaged body parts. He doesn't have to do DDP yoga or anything like that. The man literally walked out on his own terms, by his own way, in the most healthiest way you can possibly get. And how many wrestlers can sit back and say that?
I agree.
How many wrestlers that do get the chance to do that and then they just go right back into it?
I agree.
To the point where they end up falling apart.
I agree.
I was to say, yeah. So there you go. So I guess for me, that was, it's okay. I mean, I'm a little more different because I kind of hopped in and out. So I'm more of a 2012 kid. So the one that got me was the Wyatt. It was Brett. When Brett just all of a sudden, when he just all of a sudden died. And then, I mean, I'm a little more older and I'm a little more mature. I'm fresh out of high school and stuff, so I know what's going on. And then they said that he, himself. So it was just like, dang, like what was going on? What is going on back there for y'all to be feeling this way? For y'all to think that y'all have to be addicted to the roid or whatever y'all are doing back there, that y'all have to do this to keep going. It made me sad for a while. But you know who I don't have to worry about doing things like that so far?
Oba Femi?
Oba Femi.
I know you was going to talk about Oba.
Yeah, Oba Femi.
Because Oba's your guy.
Heck yeah, that man was chiseled out of Jesus's stones. Yes, that man is chiseled perfectly. How do y'all say that man's a baby face? Were y'all looking at the same look pose that he did when he came out?
I mean the brother is the brother is scary. I'm not going to doubt that at all.
To look at in person, it is scary. That's another thing. I gotta say that. I gotta appreciate the camera people over at WWE, because y'all make them look bigger, taller, or better than what they usually are. But from where I stood, I was like, like Cody's a lot more pale than I thought he was. And then Oba, I was like, Oba, you shiny, man. And then here comes The Miz. I saw The Miz come out, y'all. I know he's probably mad at me, and I hate that because I just stood up for him a few weeks back.
Do you guys feel like...
I'm sorry, The Miz is a whole lot shorter than what I thought he was.
Do you guys feel like Oba Femi... Did Oba Femi feel like an NXT champion or a future world champion?
Future world champion, absolutely. Because they was both in sync. It was just like, I want to say, since I feel like this is a musical, this is a soap opera, they dance very well together. Dancing very well. So I was like, if if we see them in a like maybe a triple in a tag team or something like that, I can see it because they work very well together.
What do you think?
Oba to me looked like $1 million prior to this match. He looked like $1 billion after this.
Man,
I mean, he looked so good, and it's just like him and Cody. It was that instant chemistry, kind of like Cena and AJ Styles, just like instant chemistry right off the bat. And it's like I'm watching this, and I'm like, he countering everything. The one spot where Cody hits the suicide dive, and he goes back into the ring to like hit another one, and Oba's like right there with I think he hit him with a clothesline or something like that.
Yes.
It was like that speed and just how good he looked. Then when Drew came out and he pushed Drew, like them standing, face off against each other. He's bigger than Drew. He looked bigger than Drew.
Yeah, Drew looked very small, man.
Yeah, and pushed Drew down, and Drew looking at him like what the hell? And then he freaking spine busts Drew. I'm like, this dude just came out looking like $1 billion. And the first thing I was like, okay, y'all need to take that NXT title off of him and put him in the main roster and instantly. And
I think that's what's going to happen.
They need to put him in the main event picture.
Do you know how I know
Javon
that?
is the one. Javon is going to do that. Like, I feel like the next 2 weeks, Javon is going to be the one to hold an NXT champion, and Oba is going to come over to SmackDown. Because, I mean, let's be for real, my brothers. SmackDown has been very, very lack.
And they're going 3 hours starting in January. Oof.
See, that's what I was saying. I mean, I know we feel some type of way, but let's have some hope, because I feel like that means they're bringing more people over. And then, look, bear with me. I know I might be shooting the breeze here. I feel like they're creating another belt. And I feel like it's going to have to do with mixed tag teams. I said, just bear with me.
I bared with you. You still got busted.
I'm not discrediting your idea because it's the WWE, but we don't need. It's too many belts in professional wrestling as it is. We don't need to be oversaturated with another belt. And every single time you add a new belt, it devalues every other single belt.
That's true.
It does. So you're gonna oversaturate it. So you got what? You got the Raw, SmackDown, Women's Tag Title, got the NXT Tag Title, and now a Mixed Tag Team Championship. Come on.
Yeah.
Come
okay.
on.
You're right. No, you're right.
You're not far-fetched from it either. That's why I say your idea is not bad because we know what WWE is. It's just that I don't like the idea because it just oversaturates it.
You're not gonna tease something like that, and you're not gonna give what's her name? Chelsea Green.
Chelsea.
That's why I was like, Chelsea Green is the one that's like giving me the hints and clues, because she's over at AAA. She has the mixed tag team belts, right? And now she's the United States Championship. So I was like, okay, clearly that means you got to bring more women back over to SmackDown, right? Because there's only 3 women that will be able to defend that. Her, Vega, and Julia. Who else is going to do it? Jay's got the belt. Jay's got the WWE belt. So who else you got left? Lash Legend?
So looking at Oba Femi, right? Real quick before everything. I look at Oba Femi, and I know Oba Femi is a star for one reason. Maybe I designed that thumbnail really well. But that episode that you and I did about Oba Femi is a very popular episode. A lot of people are watching that episode. That is a very popular episode in such a short amount of time. So Oba Femi's a star. People like Oba Femi. But I don't want Oba Femi to be a heel, because why does the black guy have to be the angry guy?
I would rather. I'm sorry.
The black guy to be the angry guy?
Someone that looks like him. I don't want him. I don't want him walking around shaking hands and kissing babies like Cody. If anybody's going to do that, it's got to be Carmelo Hayes at that point. Which is also somebody who is getting underlooked, but another day.
A lot of people thought that that the whole entire thing was trash. You know, the lack of appropriate finish on that match. A lot of people thought that it was trash, but me personally, I was on threads and people were telling me that I was so stupid and I was so this and I was ignorant. And it's like, you know what? I don't argue with people on the internet that I don't know, because I'm a grown ass man. And if we got a problem, we can handle that problem face to face like men. We could talk about it, we could hug about it, or we could swing on it. Whatever you want to do. I'm not going to argue with you on the internet. So I was looking at it. I'm like, Drew's a hater. Drew is going to insert himself into that match.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we got. I thought it was going to be Oba winning. I'm sorry. Oba was going to lose to DQ, but they made the match a no contest. So there's no winner, no loser in that match. So looking at the whole entire Saturday night's main event, Jess, real brief. And the same thing for you, Terrell, real brief. Looking at Saturday night's main event, what was your key takeaway with the whole entire thing?
Outside of John Cena?
Yeah, the whole thing. Give me your full feel on the whole event.
I'm not doing an eye roll and blowing my breath because I'm got the Browns game over here and against. Okay,
I
sorry,
got
my
you.
bad.
Yeah, look, I saw your face and I was like, I saw what you looked at and I was like, foosballs being the devil over there, ain't they?
Already, it's 8 seconds into the game already.
God, I love football. I love it. But anyway, all right, guys. So it's okay. Outside of John Cena, it was to shine more light on the newcomers.
Bingo.
Because a lot of people do not watch NXT. Why? Because NXT is a CW show. And, you know, the only way you can watch CW shows is if you got the app or...
You live in the UK or you visit the UK like I do.
Or you visit the UK and you watch it on Netflix. So a lot of people do not know about NXT and all these, or the new people. They just figure, you know, they just signed these kids that would come from the performance center and all of a sudden we got new people on the roster. When lo and behold, they've been over there at NXT doing the work. You know, I didn't even know Solo is an NXTer. Didn't know that.
Yeah, he was.
I did not know that. I knew about Stephanie, I knew about Roxy, I knew about Lash Legend, but who else came from there and I didn't even know. It was too many of them, and I was like, this is an opportunity for more young kids, especially like Javon and Leon and Ruca and Zara and Lash and you know, I'm waiting for them to go call Jada Parker. You know what I'm saying? So this is for the kid. Larry, these are for the YNs. These are for the kids. The YNs. To bring over the new people. But what you think, Terrell?
I'm gonna piggyback off of that 110%. You're absolutely right. This is to showcase the future of this business. Everybody is tuning in for John Cena's final match. However, you can't ignore the fact that, you know, like there are gonna be more people watching this Saturday night's main event compared to any other Saturday night's main event. And when WWE has that feeling that that's going to happen, why not showcase the guys that you want to bring up and make bigger stars? I think Oba came out to be a bigger star. So Ruca came out to be a huge star.
Yeah.
I thought she benefited. Her and Leon are the two people, in my opinion, that benefited from this show the most. They was able to showcase the most. And not only that, but like they looked like they can go. Yeah. Like these are people that not like Oba has a name to him, a little bit of a name to him, but like especially Leon, like Leon got no reaction, at least from coming through the TV screen. He got no reaction whatsoever. So I mean, he came out and he got a reaction by the time that happened. So what do you think, Trisha?
For me, I feel like this. For me, this is probably the most watched Saturday night's main event ever. Like you said.
Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's crazy because the last time we had the Saturday night, it was John Cena and AJ Styles, correct?
Yeah. And
right. That was after Goldberg and Gunther. We had AJ and John Cena.
Right.
So yeah.
And I feel that it was special for us to get to see that next generation. A lot of people complain that Triple H doesn't book black people on the show, but you know, 75% of the card, 3 out of 4 matches had somebody that was black in it. The only match
to say, I think he's like, let me go ahead and prove that I'm not the big R word.
I guess, and I don't think he is. I just think there's just a lack of. But when I look at Saturday night's main event as a whole, here's my full thoughts. Saturday night main event, it wasn't about a shocking finish or star ratings. It was about transition. John Cena, he closed the book of one of the greatest careers wrestling will ever see by not winning, but by standing for what he always stood for. So Ruca, she stepped up into the spotlight. Javon Evans and Leon Slater showed that they belong. Cody Rhodes and Oba Femi, they didn't finish a story, but they possibly started a new chapter. You know, wrestling didn't end tonight. I just think, all in all, it just evolved.
Mm-hmm. We are coming into a new generation, y'all.
I'm not gonna lie. I think John Cena gave back to this entire show was John Cena giving back. Not even just his match.
I agree.
But the fact that just because of his star presence and to be able to like bring in more people. Remember, we had teams like the Saints and the Cavs and all that, like just tweeting out to go watch his final match.
Well, I want them to watch you as well too. Tell them where they can watch you, Terrell.
Oh
yeah, from the Nosebleed Show. Just look it up on YouTube as well. The Instagram name is down there as well. I'm gonna get more active on there, but that's where you can go watch me. And
I'm gonna make sure that I add you as a friend of the channel in the playlist so people can find it there. But that's Jess the Yapton. I'm Tristan Law. He is Terrell Jackson, and we'll be back. Jess and I'll be back tomorrow to talk more wrestling. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for your comments. And John Cena, thank you for everything that we did. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we'll see you next time.